Ladies and gentlemen, welcome to the stream. Ladies and gentlemen, we are live. Welcome to Keeping the Flow, the show where we bring you original segments made by us, showcasing our love for media and entertainment, as well as showcase some awesome members here in the community. I am your host, Ryder Maldonado, also known as Mr. Hollywood, and I'm joined by my two spectacular co-hosts, Vincent DeSantis and James Walmer.
What's up, everybody?
Guys, how are you two doing this evening, this night? It's pretty late. How are you guys doing?
It's a miracle on its own. We got this baby off the runway. Okay,
That's true.
We're a little bit late, but let me tell you, it'll be worth it.
Let me tell you, that queso burger I had earlier, sitting wrong already. I can already feel it.
Dang.
Oh
I
man,
hate to see it.
guys, thank you so much for being here. We had a lot of it was a bit of a craziness starting the stream. We had to get everything working, but we're glad to be live, glad to be going. So basically, this is a talk show that we're going to be premiering each week on a set date to be announced. But we're going to be announcing it later on in the week. We're going to be having this premiere on Strictly Casual, the actual official Twitch channel. But for now, I thought we'd premiere here on my own channel. So we'll go ahead and get into it. We're going to have original segments. We're starting off with a fun, entertaining segment called Monitor Mode. And we're going to get into a fun tier list today. This should be pretty exciting. And then after, we'll have our very first guest, the one and only Clutch. He's going to be our first guest for the community showcase. We're pretty hyped to have him in here. But yeah, let's go ahead and get into this. Let's switch it up. Let me move on over. We have to move everything out of the way real quick here. And let's hope the transitions work. We have some new graphics and stuff. Here we go. Oh, there we go.
Baby.
We'll get into
it.
Monitor, looking good. We have Hollywood's biggest fan. Welcome in, CJ, Clutch. Thank you guys for being here. All right. So as you guys can see, we have the classic tier list. And we're doing all the Christopher Nolan films. We thought it'd be a perfect way to start off.
Minus Tenet. No spoilers.
Minus 10. We can add it in.
We can add Tenet. That's
like
fine.
Our
just
own
no spoilers.
Personal thing.
Yeah, that's okay. We'll like verbally say where it is.
Sure.
Cool.
Okay. Now here's the deal, yo. There's a big range. I am a big Christopher Nolan shill, okay, when it comes down to it. So I like a lot of these movies. Not all of these are great movies, but I love them all, mostly.
Yeah, absolutely. Okay.
James, where do you lie on your Nolanese?
I'm looking at these movies, and I know probably 80% of them.
Yeah.
Okay. Yeah.
You probably just haven't seen
me
Following
too.
in Insomnia, right?
I haven't seen Memento.
Oh,
shit.
We're right. I'm right there with you then. We probably haven't seen the same. Yes, I know we haven't seen all of them, but that's fine. Uncharted is better than Last of Us. Welcome in. Thank you so much for hopping in. Go offense. Anyways,
Wow, that is a platform to have a profile.
That's a crazy
on.
time. Yeah.
And a hot take
is.
if I've ever heard one.
Yep, absolutely.
I'll move this over.
I
for you guys.
disagree, but that's for a different day.
Okay.
Yes, absolutely. All right. Where's
Do we want to go
in? What's up?
Do we want to go in release order?
Actually, yeah, that sounds good. We'll keep it organized. We'll do release order. We're starting off with Memento, right?
No, number one is Following.
Okay.
But none of us have seen Following, so we're gonna leave that for.
We'll
Okay, we're starting off on a wrong foot there.
It's gonna be interesting, but at least we love Christopher.
Can we start with Batman because we've all seen Batman?
All right, let's start with the Batman.
Okay, fine.
movies.
We'll go with Batman.
Right,
Peace though. Welcome in, guys.
Starting with
Welcome
what? Batman Begins?
Yeah, we'll do Batman
absolutely.
Begins.
Start chronological order. Batman.
Hold on. I'm gonna set a little bit of ground rules here too.
Okay.
We're not rating these based on a movie scale. We're rating them based on how they are Nolan movies, right? So like, what's a better Nolan movie?
Yeah,
wait,
sure.
wait,
Fine.
hold
So it leaves
on.
opinion out of the story. So wait, but that's always
I
gonna
need
be
to
biased,
clarify.
though, you know?
I need to clarify.
Please
What
do.
makes a Nolan movie? What makes a better Nolan movie?
I know,
like,
right?
That's where opinion draw comes in.
Okay. All right, we'll have to do that.
Okay.
So like, if I want
fine.
like Batman Begins, for instance,
Okay. All right. Let's take back.
I would put that at a D tier Nolan movie, but maybe a B tier actual movie. You know what I mean?
I see.
Absolutely.
So it's completely relative to the Nolan scale of movies. It's not within the larger universe of film. This is only within a quality of the Nolan verse.
That's what I would say at least.
All right.
Unless you guys want to go quality of movie because
No.
I mean,
I'm on board
it's
with
fine.
that.
All right.
Yeah, okay. We'll start off with Batman, right? The first Batman, is that what we're starting
Batman
with?
Begins.
Okay.
Batman Begins.
Here we
do you
go.
think, Ryder?
First one, I would say, in retrospect of the other Batman films, I'd give it mid to high tier. Look, there's not a lot of tiers here, right? There's
Yeah,
it's
it's
very-
S through D. It's
there's-
perfect.
Yeah, but I would probably put it in between A or B. That's where I would probably put it. So
For
if
the
you
first
want,
Batman
In
movie.
terms
yeah,
of
we'll do the
Nolan
average
film.
of us three, right? So that way, if y'all think it's a little better, we'll put it to A. A little worse, put it to B. Sound good? I think for me, I think it's in between A and B.
I would put Batman Begins at a D tier Nolan movie. I think it's one of the worst.
Are you?
I also think it's one of the worst.
Yeah, I think it's.
Oh
I mean,
my
it's a good
God.
movie, but I think
Yeah,
it's
it's
one
a
of the
good
worst
movie.
Nolan
I
movies.
guess the average of that is B then. Jeez. Oh my gosh, it's horrible.
I think B's a
It's
little.
so.
I think that's a little generous.
I think it's a little
That's
generous.
generous.
I
Oh
think
my
so,
gosh. But
yeah.
still, if I average right here, then it would probably be in between C or D. Then I'll put it C. Then I'll leave it at C just for you guys.
Okay, I'm okay with C. I'm okay with C.
Yeah.
Absolutely.
Okay, sounds good. All right. Continuing on,
All right.
I don't really care about that movie. The next two I'm more particular on. The Dark Knight. People consider this one of the greatest comic book films of all time. We'll see. You guys, where would y'all place? I'll let y'all go first with this one.
This one is very hard for me. Very hard for me
Mhm.
because I do think it's damn near a perfect movie. You know what I mean? Like I think The
Absolutely.
Dark Knight is an incredible movie. Now, is it as good as a couple other Nolan movies? I don't know. That's a whole perspective thing. I'm gonna put this at A tier.
When it comes to, you got to think about Nolan making Batman as a a more realistic, mature film. This is such a high stakes, gritty comic book film that's so grounded. It's so grounded, and I think because of that, it's so higher. Like, yes, Joker's amazing, yes, Heath and all that, but thinking about the movie as Nolan, so solid considering it's comic book film, really. You know what I mean? I would put it in between S and A. I would, if you want to put it a little lower, I'd be okay with that.
I think when I think of a Nolan film, right, I don't think of iconic Nolan films, right? Ones that interact with the audience like a movie such as Interstellar or Inception or Tenet. The Dark Knight just simply doesn't come to mind.
Really?
Yeah.
As
Wow, okay.
something that
As a
is
Nolan film.
And I think Nolan as a director is one who likes to innovate. And
Exactly.
I just don't see a lot of innovation in the way that The Dark Knight is.
I think that's going a little far.
Okay.
I think it
Now we're-
was
Well, no, I'm
Yeah,
not saying
yeah.
there's no, like, I just don't see that level of, all right, I'm going to take creative risks
sure.
that might be a detriment to, some people's view of the movie.
When it comes
Like,
to,
I just can't think of that in the context of The Dark Knight. So please help me out if you disagree.
okay,
I would say, it's so hard. It's so hard. When I think about Nolan movies, it's not my favorite Nolan movie.
okay,
I think it's maybe like, it's in the top, but it's not my favorite. But when it comes to actual movies, it is a great movie.
right. I'll leave it on A
Absolutely.
because
I
of
agree.
what y'all said. I think
Okay.
that when it comes to Nolan films, I have to agree with y'all. But like, I always think comic book films, which is not what we're doing. So as a Nolan film, considering like Inception, Interstellar, those types of films are very, what's it called, risk taking.
Sidebar,
Yeah.
I don't
what's up?
think The Dark Knight is the best superhero movie.
Oh,
I think-
there you have it.
Can
Okay.
I ask you? You don't have to go into depth on this because
I won't
it's
go
a
into depth.
subject.
Yes.
What do you think is the best superhero movie?
Fine.
Logan. Hands down.
See, I was gonna say it's either that one or
Logan's
this
so
one.
damn
Yeah.
good.
It's
Logan
so
is so damn good.
Hot take. I'm not into Logan that much. Like,
Damn it. Oh,
I'm not.
man.
I'm not. I mean, it's like, it's so good. I'm not saying like I hate it. I'm saying it's a great
No, I
film, but
know,
I'm not
I
gonna be like it's the greatest. It's at times almost boring a little bit, but there are some scenes where I'm like the death scene. Of course I cried for that. But
So
like,
heartfelt.
You know what's a great
As
Hugh
for-
Jackman movie? This is totally off topic.
Oh my god.
Here we go. Here we go, guys. Sorry. What is it?
Prisoners. It's a great Hugh
Great
Jackman
movie.
Yeah.
movie.
Absolutely.
I just watched it
Agreed.
tonight.
Agreed.
Absolutely.
Okay.
Oh, we got to talk about that after this. Because
All
I
right,
would love
we'll
to do
talk about it.
Okay,
I would
oh
love
my
to do
God.
a Bill New tier list.
Absolutely.
Eventually. Okay.
We have to. Yeah.
I'm so in.
Yeah.
Absolutely.
I can't wait. I can't
Oh my
wait.
gosh.
I watched that.
You
I watched
guys-
the car. Okay. Well,
Yeah, the
Thanks.
great thing about this, guys, that we're premiering this show each week, so you'll be seeing a lot. We'll be interchanging a lot of segments and stuff like that, so we could be doing a tier list in the future, as well as a lot of other stuff. So stay tuned for that.
We got a lot of cool segments.
As
All right, next
for-
up.
we'll keep down there. The Dark Knight Rises. I love this film. I love it better than the
I
first
don't love
one.
it.
Second one, I would still put this in between S and A. That's where I stand with this. I would put it.
I love The Dark Knight Rises as well, but I don't think it's as good as The Dark Knight. But it's way better than Batman Begins, so I would put it in B tier to me.
Okay.
It's a B tier.
James, how about you?
I'm gonna reside with Vincent on this one. Couldn't have said it better
Really?
myself.
All right.
But
Keep it
it's
at
a
B.
great movie,
Keep it at
but
B.
I just can't put it on the level that The Dark Knight is. I don't think
Absolutely
it's
not.
Okay. I mean, yeah. Okay. I'm fine with that. I'm fine. I think that's the majority opinions, right, guys? I don't know if y'all feel that way, but we'll keep it like
Sure.
that. Continuing
All right,
on,
which one?
it's up to you guys. Whatever y'all want, whatever you're feeling, pick your
What
poison.
is the tree looking one in the on the right?
That's the Prestige.
This is like
Okay, never seen that one either.
Oh,
I'm gonna say
shit.
my favorite Nolan film, Prestige. That's it. I'm saying it.
Wow.
My favorite
I would
Nolan
put
film is
Prestige A tier for me.
A tier. I'd put it. I'd put it S, honestly.
James, let me give you the quick pitch for the
so
Prestige.
good.
Okay.
Hugh Jackman,
Hmm.
okay, and
I'm
Christian
already in.
Bale and Christian
Holy
Bale
shit.
are magicians that are trying to
Literally
outdo
magicians.
each other, and Scarlett Johansson is in it, okay?
Insanity. Twist.
It is,
No spoilers.
dude,
Even though it's
David
old.
Bowie's in it.
Oh
It's
my
so
god, yeah,
good.
Bowie is Nikolai Tesla. He's
It's
Nikolai
so
Tesla.
good.
It's insane.
James, this is one of the ones where the twist
Luigi, I
will
agree.
literally leave you speechless. It is my dad's favorite Nolan movie, without a doubt. Like, no drop.
That hype
No
gives it
drop.
an S. Guys, it's confirmed. We're keeping it an S.
No,
right now.
I can't give it an S.
Oh,
I can't give it an S
okay.
because there is an S tier movie in this list to me, and I think it's above it all.
God, it's gonna be a hot
I think
take
I know
right now.
exactly what it is, man. I can already tell you.
I'll
what
put
it
it
But
A
if you
then,
are-
since you say it's not S. Where would you put it? Tell me,
No.
where would you put it?
I would put it in an A. That's fair.
A? Okay. I keep it A.
But I think-
it's so sick.
It's really good. It's
It's
really,
so
really
good, yeah.
It might be S tier.
I would put it in between S and A, but I mean, whatever. We'll keep it A just for
Okay, we'll keep it A.
because we don't want it to be better than Dark Knight. Yeah,
Sure.
sorry, Luigi.
Fair
I see you put an S in the chat. We'll keep it there for average, you know.
All right,
Alright.
I'm just gonna toss up Insomnia. I know you guys haven't seen it, but it's I
What do
think
you-
it's Nolan's worst movie, even though it's a great movie. I would put it in
Really?
D tier.
Okay.
Yeah.
Wow.
All right. We'll keep it there.
It's Robin Williams, Al Pacino. Robin Williams plays a serial killer. Al
Mhm.
Pacino plays a detective, and it's in a town in Alaska where the sun never sets. So he's up all night, all day. He has no idea when day or night is. It's very cool, but it's not Nolan's best movie.
Oh, okay. I feel that. Yeah, I can see based on that little description there. It sounds Nolan-esque to where the script is all like very mental
It
in your
is-
head. You got to figure it out.
It's
kind
one
of,
of
right?
his first kind of movies, so you can tell he's just getting into the craziness.
Yeah,
that will
okay.
eventually be like
His trademark. Yeah,
his trademark, which is time. His trademark is time.
absolutely.
All right, next. What are we doing?
I saw Jess talking about Dunkirk. We'll go ahead and we can get to I love this film. I think the great thing about it is he's kind of playing with timelines when it comes to the story. There's it
Yeah.
takes place over a day, an hour, and a week, which I think was brilliant. Yeah, of course, the first time I caught on, but I was like, this is great.
I'm sorry.
Mid tier.
I would say Luigi in chat is right now saying 1917 was better than Dunkirk, and I would
I
hard
disagree.
disagree. Because
Really?
1917 you could watch one time and be good.
Huh?
Yeah.
Oh my goodness, my mic froze.
Oh,
Or my
Yeah,
camera
And
froze.
your
Cam froze, yeah.
camera froze. I can't see it, dog.
Sorry, I'm gonna
it's all
keep
good,
going.
guys.
But
Technical
Yeah,
difficulties.
just keep going. You're good.
Dunkirk is
Jess has your argument. Harry Styles.
is
Yeah, Harry
very
Styles.
watchable.
I would give it. So whatever I would do, I would put it higher just because
There
he
you go.
made Harry Styles become a great actor. I mean, he was already an. Let's say
I would
he
put
knew
it
how to
B.
act, but we'd put it B.
It's a
I agree
beautiful.
with B.
It's
Okay.
beautiful. I saw that baby in 70 millimeter film. They wheeled in a new projector into this IMAX theater.
Oh,
And
really?
I saw on legit film where the actual projector went out of focus halfway through the movie, and I was like, "This is legit." And then someone had to
Wow.
come fix it. Dude, I have a T-shirt that says,
That's
I saw a
awesome.
T-shirt that said, "I saw Dunkirk in 70 millimeter," and it's the cheesiest
Oh my
T-shirt
God.
I own.
Oh wow. All right.
But
All
yeah,
right.
it's B tier for
Mhm.
me.
Okay.
I agree.
You've seen it too, James?
I have to rewatch it. Yeah.
Okay. It's been a bit, huh?
Yeah,
Alright.
Well, it hasn't been a long time. I just feel like it's the type of movie that you really, really get on the second viewing.
Mhm. Let's see.
Yeah.
We have Jess in the chat. I think she's asking you a question, James. I don't know if you want to answer that.
Oh, I'm sorry.
What's all
what's
good?
the
Let's
question?
Where is it?
Those of you watching.
my argument.
Oh, what the heck?
Here's
We have them.
Jess.
Those of you watching at home, we'll be posting this later on
did
YouTube.
You just always... Sorry.
All good. Those of you watching on YouTube, the recording, we're recording this on the official launch day of the Strictly Casual rebrand, October 16th, and we'll be you can watch us live on Twitch, probably in the link down below. Just probably have to throw that out
That's
there.
right.
We are live though.
All right. To answer your question, Jess, I've always had a love for movies. I'm just a very opinionated person in general. And when Vin became my roommate and we started watching movies all the time, he just really corrupted me and made me all the more of a movie snob than I already was.
I love it. I did my job.
And
That's
it's
all I
incredible.
All right.
Yeah.
Wow,
Okay.
just that I can tell. Oh my god.
Oh my gosh. All right. Continuing
Can't tell
on.
which part she's talking about, but love it all.
Do we want to save the S for last? I think we want to save the S.
Let's go for Inception.
Inception. Okay. Inception.
I think-
the.
Oh,
Most
wait, hold
memeable
on. You
film, right?
switched C and B in the list.
Oh, it's okay.
Oh.
Oop, there we go.
Just gotta drag those up. There it is. Okay.
Okay, Inception. Yeah. What do you guys? Let me hear it. All you.
I think Inception is S tier. Every time I watch it, I love it.
You
What?
think Inception's S tier? Are you kidding me?
I know
Wow.
I know it's like, oh, you like Inception,
Wow.
basic, blah blah blah. I
Yeah,
think
Luigi's
Inception
right.
is incredible.
It's
I
his
think
biggest
Inception is
hit.
incredible.
Like it was
I think it's
so.
boring.
It had. You think it's boring? I think it's all right. I think.
There's a huge lull in the third quarter of the movie
Mhm.
Shit, guys. Okay.
that
fair
goes
enough.
into the like fourth, like between the third and the final act.
Uh huh.
That's like me saying there's four. I don't know
Yeah.
if there's four parts.
Yeah.
Anyway, between the third and the fourth part of the movie,
Okay.
like when DiCaprio goes back and does all the stuff in the house,
Mhm.
like in his old house, and like he's uncovering like stuff from his past.
Oh,
I
but
get it,
that's
it's
when the whole
character
movie
development.
comes together.
Yeah,
don't
that's
like-
that's.
I
Okay.
just
Okay. That's the
I
build-up.
don't think they execute it in a way that makes you feel like it matters.
All right, let's bring it to A
Jeez.
tier. How do we feeling about that?
I would
Too
feel.
high?
I
am
think I
okay
would.
with A tier.
I would say lower it because compared to Prestige, you want to say Inception's just as good as Prestige and Dark
I
Knight?
would.
Wow.
I would.
I would put it with Dark
definitely
Knight. Dark Knight. Like I couldn't watch Dunkirk or Dark Knight Rises again just because I've seen it so many times. That's exactly how I feel about Inception. I've seen it so many times. But if James, where do you
I'll
put
tell
it?
you a movie I can't see enough. That's on this list. Okay.
Okay, real quick.
Okay.
Wait, James, where would you put it so we can average it out? A. Or B?
I'll agree with A.
A. All right, fine. We'll put
A is
A.
fair.
Majority
it
rules.
does- here's the thing. It also, I think it is a iconic Nolan movie in that it is perfectly representative of those steps that Nolan takes creatively, right?
Sure.
Okay, yeah.
It's a
Uh,
showcase. It's a showcase
It is
of
a
nothing else.
showcase of his
BC.
creative ability.
Yeah. All right.
What is BC? Oh, okay. It's
The
BC.
problem is,
yeah.
here's the problem, guys. We have 2 movies left here
Mhm.
because if we don't do,
Yeah, because we
Following,
following.
'cause
Yeah,
we haven't seen
we could do Memento, and then we'll save
Also-
Interstellar for last.
Following is, like just over an hour long. It's his first theatrical release, completely in black and white. It's about
Oh,
a
wow.
stalker.
Okay.
I haven't seen it yet, and I'm embarrassed that I haven't seen
About
it.
a
I
what?
call
Wow.
it
Okay.
a stalker,
Oh.
Okay.
but it's his first movie.
All right. Okay. So I guess we can do
Which
Memento.
one do you want to do next?
I'm down for Memento, and then we'll save it.
Okay, I think Memento is S tier. I think it is Nolan's second best movie.
Wow. I haven't seen it, so I probably wouldn't know. But if you want to put it there,
Oh, and James, you haven't seen Memento
yeah.
either?
Sorry, guys. We have to get to these movies.
Okay,
Why did we pick Nolan movies?
Clutch
What a
agrees.
first-
Okay.
I'm sorry. I think Memento is absolutely incredible.
Okay.
If you guys don't know what it is, he has short-term memory loss and he's trying to solve his wife's murder.
Yeah. And
But he
it's,
can only remember 5 minutes at a time. So every time he
Mhm.
learns something, he has to tattoo it on himself and relive the last 5 minutes.
oh, okay.
And so the entire movie starts at the last scene of the movie.
Yeah, and it goes.
and it ends at the first scene of the movie.
Okay.
That's
So
pretty
yeah,
fucking cool.
It
you have
it
to.
is-
Yeah.
so good. And my actual cousin Joe Patliano is in the movie. who
Oh
is-
wow.
Oh.
That's awesome. That's so sick. Well, thanks
Joe
for sharing that.
Patliano is the biggest joke in Hollywood ever.
Oh my gosh, that's horrible. Clip it and send it to him, and we'll send that to him. Right?
Yeah, apparently he's
Sounds
a
good.
jerk. Never met him. I would love to meet him one
okay.
day though.
All right.
You've told me
Yeah.
about this guy before.
Yeah, Joe Patliano, bro. He's in Bad Boys. He's in all of it.
Oh, wow,
Yeah,
okay.
He's everywhere. Yeah.
That's insane. All right. Well, I would say the thing about Memento, I did see a video on YouTube. It was like on my recommended where Christopher Nolan talked about the timeline. Coolest thing about that one was that, you know, he showed how, well, it's like this, kind of like an S, and he went through it, and I was like, that's so interesting that
That video is
you gotta,
so good.
yeah, you gotta go backwards
Pizza-
and insane.
Pista in chat says, bro, you have to see it. A description doesn't even give it justice. And
All
I
right, I'll
have
check it
to
out.
agree with him.
I'll get to it.
It's a 10 out of 10. It is a 10 out of 10 movie for me.
Yeah,
100%.
even Clutch,
Alright.
Clutch and Hello There Cool Guy both say S too, so we got the
Yep,
recommendation
I would
as well. So I'll go with it. Okay, and I guess last but not least, the big one, Interstellar. This is a
where the
controversial one
divisiveness begins.
because I never knew that the majority of people don't like this film. I don't know why I feel like this one was like one of those like, oh, we all love it, but then I started hearing about majority hate it, right? Or they're like overhyped, right?
I get a lot of shit for saying that Interstellar is one of my favorite movies of all time, even outside of Nolan
Yeah,
movies.
yep. I always remember you saying that.
The amount of detail that went into this movie
It's so
is
insane.
astounding.
It's pretty crazy for a space film. I think it was Gravity and then this one, right? That was kind of like,
Except
oh,
Gravity
these are new.
sucks.
Gravity's ass.
But you know what I
Gravity's
mean?
so
Like I remember
bad.
the hype around. Oh man, this is a big film. You have to see in IMAX. and the experience was just like, what the heck, you know? That's
I'm
crazy.
telling you right now. I watched Interstellar and I got out of the theater and my life was changed. Right
Really?
there.
Wow.
It was a religious
I think
experience.
I
You
do
met
think
God.
the time
really
scene
did.
when he sees his kids, it's one of those where you couldn't even understand, but to see like, wow, the time really does work differently on other planets, and you just missed 27 years in 5 minutes. That little scene made the movie
So
for
good.
me.
So
Made
good.
it.
I watched it in my physics class.
Oh really?
Did it make any sense in the physics world?
It
The
does,
black hole, probably the black
That's
hole
cool.
scene, right?
Yeah. Yeah.
Like
absolutely
whoever knows
does.
what's in a black hole, probably a fourth dimension because it breaks all time and
What was
space.
that tweet
right?
that we talked about, Vin? Like this was like a few months ago, talking about
Right.
like the development of like
Oh,
the black hole scene. How it
yeah,
took like
they based it on science, and they had like a group of scientists that strictly worked on the 3D modeling and like the research that went into that black hole.
That's
yeah,
to make it
insane.
work.
incredible.
And then they showed the photo, like just a couple months ago, right? Where they have a first photo of a black hole and it looked just like that, and they're like, "Well, they
Yeah,
got it
yeah.
right. Like, good on
Dude,
them."
God, Interstellar. I usually watch it once a year. I could gush about this. I just watch it once a year. I play the soundtrack all the time.
Mhm.
Which this is a plug, but Hans Zimmer is releasing a deluxe edition of the Interstellar soundtrack with like 12 new songs
Oh,
at the end of the month. And
nice.
I can't.
Wow,
wait.
nice plug for Hans Zimmer, guys. Cool, cool. All right. So
I think it's S tier.
you think S? I would put it.
Easily
S tier.
Oh man,
I absolutely think it's S tier.
I would say Prestige is my favorite, but Interstellar is a
okay.
better film. Okay, are we cool with that? Does that make sense? Does that even make sense
I
to
think-
say that? Because I would
I
love
think-
Prestige
that
any
makes
day.
sense.
You know.
I mean, in my mind, I've seen both of these movies multiple times. Interstellar way
Uh-huh.
more. I think
Yeah.
Interstellar is more rewatchable because once you know the plot twist in Prestige, it's good for like 1 or 2 more watches, and then you're like, okay, I get it.
Yeah.
Whereas Interstellar and like
Is-
Inception, I feel like I'm always pulling like new themes and
Okay.
new, like,
Okay. Yeah. Yeah.
stuff out of it.
Mhm.
Like it's a tree that just keeps on giving. You know?
Interstellar
Yeah.
is a spectacle.
It's so good.
Oh,
I
dang.
love it. Except I
So
tell
good.
people I like this movie, and they immediately like, oh yeah, that's like a 6 out of 10 for me. I'm like,
Okay.
maybe I see something. I don't know. I don't know. I
no,
could be
no,
wrong.
yeah. All right. Well, anyways, we have those. I think that's it. That's really it, right? For all our.
Wait.
I think we
so
should
you
do a
want-
Tenant.
Oh
I think
yeah.
we should
Okay.
do
Our
a
tenant. That's right. We included our
Guys,
tenant,
I
even
don't-
though.
I don't want to spoil Tenant because I know a lot of people haven't been able to see it. You know what I mean? Like it's not an easy
Mhm.
movie to go see right now. So
Yeah.
I did just see it. Ryder, you saw it, and James,
Yeah,
you
I have
saw
seen it. Yeah.
Yep.
What would you
Um,
say? Non-spoiler review. We can go ahead and give that, and kind of first give a review and then rate it on the
I've
tier
already
list.
because I don't want to explain it. You know what I mean? I want people.
Well, I mean,
like,
a
unless
review of
you-
what you thought. Like, no, you know what I mean? Like a review of how you thought about it.
I thought it was a good movie,
Mhm.
but not one of Nolan's best by any means.
Mhm.
But I fully enjoyed it. I had a great time.
Okay.
But I just don't think it's as fleshed out as his other movies are. And
All right.
I mean, yeah.
Yeah, I would disagree. I would say that because of the time stuff, this is a movie that you have to watch it several times to kind of really appreciate every single scene, because
Sure.
there's a lot of things that happen. It's the timeline thing. It's all timeline stuff.
Yeah.
So when it comes to time travel, I don't want to say time travel, but no spoilers. It's one of those films where you watch it again, you're like, oh, that makes sense. You know what I mean? And I feel like
Yep.
I personally love scripts like that. I would say it's my second favorite film from Nolan. Second favorite. It's
What?
because I love.
I think it's a B tier.
no, Robert Pattinson. He got me in that one. I was like, wow, so good.
Oh,
I
I was
didn't
gonna,
care. The only performance who I actually cared for was Robert Pattinson's. I didn't care for John David Washington's role at all.
He was
Did
cool.
you know that
He held it.
John David Washington in that movie, his name, like credited name, is protagonist.
Yeah.
He does not have a name.
Yeah.
Right, I remember that because no one ever calls him by his name in the movie.
No,
That's
I
pretty
think that's
cool.
very cool.
Because he is the
it's cool.
protagonist.
I enjoyed this movie, but it's C tier for me for Nolan.
Wow.
Yeah,
Like
okay.
it's not a high Nolan tier for me.
I'd
I had
say
a great
he did-
time.
He did good work with it, considering it's like
Yeah.
there was so much to flesh out with the time stuff and the way they showed it.
I don't
and,
think he did it well enough.
You don't?
I absolutely do not think so. But it also could have been because I felt the sound mixing was terrible and I could only
Oh,
hear like half
okay.
the movie.
Well, that's
Yeah.
everybody's complaint
That's
with
true.
it, Yeah.
Me and
That's
Jess,
the
we
thing.
saw it at a drive-in, and so it was on the on the radio.
Oh my God, I
where you
can't
put it,
imagine.
And so at times we were just sitting there for 10 minutes, and we're just like, I didn't hear any of that, but it's okay. I don't even care. Like, we
Yeah,
could
I think
hear-
the best line in the whole
like-
movie is when John David Washington goes, "I prefer soda water."
Oh, okay, yeah.
Good line. Great.
So do what? Yeah, yeah.
Let's just
It
quote
was
it.
so
Let's put it on a
good.
t-shirt.
Yeah,
That's cool.
It was-
But
Yeah.
I mean, I would put it C.
Okay, I would
Yeah.
put it.
We can disagree on this one.
I'd put it S. I'd put it S for me, honestly.
Oh my god.
It's because it's an S tier Nolan
What?
film. Yeah.
I
With
don't
the
think
time
so.
I
stuff.
disagree. Are you choking my ass?
I
Memento is
completely
like
disagree.
The time stuff is so brilliantly. I've never seen a film that
I
does
don't think
timeline
so.
stuff like that.
I think it's sloppy.
Well, then name a better. Okay, well, do you? I mean, you don't have to off the cuff, but like, give me a better, a better name for a movie that's has good timeline stuff where it jumps back and forth.
Inception.
Yeah, Inception.
Memento.
I think Inception
Interstellar.
does that better.
All do it better.
And so does Interstellar.
But that's just like different stuff. I'm talking about like time travel.
I think Endgame did it better.
Oh well.
No,
yeah, 'cause that's
no.
Endgame. I mean,
I do.
but they just did it simply. You know what I mean? Like this is not time travel; it's inversion. So
Also, you guys, like, I can't
You're
wait
right.
to watch Tenet for another
right.
another time because
Yeah.
I'm sure I'll find something that
I need to
didn't
watch it
appreciate
with
the first time.
subtitles.
absolutely.
Yeah.
Yeah.
That'd be great. But yeah, Tenet on the first viewing is a C tier Nolan film for me.
All right.
Better than Insomnia.
Okay.
It's about the same as Batman
I'll
Begins.
give it B at best.
Okay.
Okay.
Do we want to close off with that? Is that our tier list for the Nolan films? We're good, right?
Ladies and gentlemen,
Yeah.
I think that would be
That would be
the
it.
tier list.
I agree. Clutch.
Go
Idea
ahead.
S. Execution
Oh,
B.
jeez, wrong, wrong thing. We'll just switch on
It
over
is
to our
incredibly creative.
main transition here. Oh, it's doing the thing. Okay, that's good. It's
All
I have
good.
the transition.
Here we are.
working. But we're back here. I guess that's it for the kind of entertaining segment that we'll have. It'll be interchanging each week. I guess we can go ahead and
Right.
continue on to kind of the highlight of the show, which is the community showcase. And we
That's
have
right.
our very first guest, the one and only Clutch. He's in the chat today. Clutch, AUS. I know it's Australia. We're gonna go ahead and have
Let's
him
go.
on, ask him some fun questions, and we'll go ahead and get him in here.
All
Clutch,
right,
are
let's
you
do
good?
it.
Let's see if you're good. We can go ahead and invite you.
Luigi in chat says clutch.
But
Boom.
everybody, thank you so much for watching. This is the brand new launch day of Really Casual.
Oh,
Oh, there we go.
guys, how are we going?
The
we
man,
go.
the myth, the
There it
legend.
is.
Here's the
Oh, I've
graphic.
taken over half of James's cam.
There we go.
Oh,
It looks
no.
perfect.
There we
Apologies,
go.
guys.
We look absolutely perfect.
Wow.
Clutch, welcome
Oh,
in. Thank you so much for
guys.
being here.
No, thank you for having me. Sorry,
doing, buddy?
because of the delay, I was like, oh, am I jumping in early or am I late or what am I doing here?
No,
It's
you're
tough.
good.
It's
'Cause-
like the hardest thing to gauge.
yeah, because we
Yeah,
were
a little
already
bit.
late to begin with, but we appreciate you sticking through the delays and everything.
I know.
No,
we
of
literally-
course, it wasn't an issue at all.
We had a time set, and then we're texting Clutch, and it's in the middle of the night in
Yeah.
Australia. You know what I mean? We're like, oh, we got to
Middle of
change
the
the
night?
show time.
What,
Was it?
what time is it for you right now?
No,
What's your
last
time?
night.
Last night, right?
Oh, right, yeah, no, last night. Yeah, no, just about 5 p.m. here. So,
okay.
perfect.
Wow.
Dusk, golden hour, you
Oh,
know?
wow. Well,
So you're like almost a full day ahead of us.
that's crazy.
Almost, yeah.
Wait, is it
It lines
Saturday?
up good for me, though. Yeah, Saturday afternoon.
Wow.
Okay.
Awesome.
Friday here.
See, I've gotten used to it from talking to you guys, but if like, I feel like that's the first thing when you start streaming.
Yeah.
When you're meeting people around the world, you're just like, oh god, I got to get a hold of this quick.
yeah. It starts getting overwhelming fast.
Exactly.
Well, if you want to
Yeah,
go
yeah,
ahead and
100%.
if you want to go ahead and start off, introduce yourself and kind of what you do on Twitch, as well as in real life. I guess talk about a couple things IRL. You don't have to get too personal, too detailed with it, but just kind of give everybody at home a introduction to who you are.
Give me that sweet taste of Clutch, baby.
Oh Jesus, you guys have put it pretty nicely. So my Twitch handle is Clutch AUS. I started streaming a good 3 months affiliate, maybe streaming for 4 months, going on 5. I stream a bit of everything. I'm trying to do a lot of just chatting and build my community a lot, get to know everyone, because that I feel is the main reason that I started. But I play all sorts of games. I started playing FPS games when I was really young, so naturally when I started streaming, that was the first thing I started streaming. But then it just kind of, I don't know, grew into something bigger and better, which was just anything I feel like playing on the day. I just send it. So
Yeah.
lately we've been playing a lot of Phasmophobia, which has been the weirdest experience because I don't usually play horror games, but it's
I
been
gotta get on that.
insane. Yo, it's so fun. I can't
Dude, we
recommend it
gotta
enough.
play.
Dude, yeah, I've yet to buy it because when it comes to like, hey, are you gonna play? Everyone's uncertain, but dude, guys,
Yeah.
I'll play it. I'll get it, and we can all play.
I can't tell you, like, you play Outlast and all those games. I don't have the stomach for that at all. And like
Oh.
people or I message people to play, and they're like, "Oh no, it's too scary. It's too scary." It's not because it's like cooperative, so
Yeah.
it's like perfect level of scary, but like
Yeah.
enjoyable because
Fun,
everyone's
uh-huh.
scared and
Yeah.
I couldn't recommend
what
it
type
enough.
of horror is it? Is it like jump scary or is it more atmospheric or psychological?
Atmospheric, 100%. Because
Okay.
when you watch it, if you watch gameplay of it, you won't be scared. I get people all the time saying that. They're like, this isn't scary because the character models and stuff are just like
Yeah,
basic.
they're goofy. Yeah.
All right,
But
all
the
right.
sound and like headsets, so you'll have the like really good what's it called, proximity chat as well. So if your friend's in the other room, locked in a room, screaming because they're getting attacked by the ghost, you can hear them muffled through the walls. And then you've got to like try and
scary
unlock
as
the
hell.
door for them, and and then the ghost will like whisper in your ear, and it's
I heard
a
it like
fantastic
uses the
game.
microphone to like you can talk to the ghost.
Yeah,
or
talk to
whatever.
it and stuff. Oh my god.
Sorry.
Yeah. So, did you see that?
Yeah, and went a little flying. That's cool.
A little bit.
Good.
Yeah, that's a
good.
great game I've been playing lately.
Awesome. That's pretty cool. I'll have to check it out.
But yeah,
So we'll go ahead and start.
no, I would recommend it.
Awesome. We'll go ahead and start off. Just basically want to ask you a couple questions. Like, what we can start off with. What really got you into streaming? What was kind of the influence? Was it because of COVID, or was it just how long have you been going for? What really draws you to Twitch streaming and live streaming?
Yeah, no, that's actually interesting about COVID because COVID was kind of like almost a good excuse.
Right.
Oh,
So
yeah.
I've been gaming forever. You know what I mean? Like everyone.
Mhm.
And I always
big
loved.
gamer.
Yeah, just a big nerd. I don't go outside.
Yeah, no, same.
Um,
I'm a recluse now.
but yeah, exactly. And then I was like, I converted to PC gaming, which was a big thing. So you buy a big beefy PC, and then I've always watched content creators, whether it's on YouTube or Twitch or whatever, and I was just like, this is actually something I could be doing. I just like chucked the camera. Like I had all the equipment. Like I bought a new mic recently, but I had the camera, I had everything, and I was like, literally, I love watching it so much, and I've always wanted to do it, and now I've got the equipment for it, so why not? And also COVID, it's like I'm not doing anything else. So
Yeah.
Right.
Yeah.
I know. I would categorize myself in the COVID wave of streamers, where that was kind of like
You wave.
I've wanted to do it, and then it's like, oh, well, now I have this like time available. So like, here we go.
exactly.
Agreed.
I think I just missed the wave. I think I kind of like the wave went, and I was like paddling after it.
Oh, you're trying to catch up to everybody. Yeah.
Yeah, but that's still like, yeah, no, I feel like every single person that does it
Mhm.
just goes, oh, I should have done this earlier.
Yeah.
Mm.
Everyone says that. They're always like, oh, I wish I started earlier. But I've been loving it. It's great.
That's awesome.
What's some of your favorite things that you didn't expect to come from Twitch? Because that's like a question that like I've asked people before, and it's always like a good answer that I'm not expecting. I don't know. You know what I mean?
Yeah. I haven't actually been asked that before. I think the community is way more not accepting, maybe is a bit of a harsh word, but just like the camaraderie in the communities that you build and then reaching out to other communities and stuff like that. Like meeting you guys, for instance, it's like
Yeah.
I'm kind of like, you start and you think one thing, you're like, all right, I've got to be funny, or I've got to be kind, and I've got to get people to watch or whatever. But then you don't really realize you're going to actually make really good bonds with people, you know what I mean? Which is
Yeah.
kind of insane to think about.
Yeah.
So that plus just, getting to know people more than just like a little thing in the text, like a little chat box.
Yeah.
So it's that's probably what took me by surprise. And then their generosity, like people turning up more than once, like not just coming by. It's like,
Oh yeah.
oh, okay, you've been here every single stream for like 3 weeks. Like I don't know why, like what I did to deserve
that
this.
wild?
But
Yeah.
People just show
it
up
blows
out of
my
nowhere.
mind. It blows my mind, and that's why I'm like, yeah, I'll just keep trying to do my best.
I think
I
it's
have
easy.
a professor.
Oh, sorry.
sorry. Go ahead.
No, you're
Ryder.
good. You're good, man. I was just
Nope,
gonna-
I'm not gonna go until you. go.
Okay, fine. I was just gonna say, I think it's easy to forget how much of a, I want to say, how much of a not job, but how much it really is to kind of stay active on Twitch. You know, to see somebody, you know, consistently there all the time is actually a lot for someone to do. You know, if you stream for 2 hours, 2 hours is a long time. And so
Right, it's
I
the length of
completely
a
agree
movie,
with you.
you know what I mean?
It's awesome to see them come back, and it's like, wow, thank you for, out of all the millions of people, you choose me. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
1000%.
Also,
Yeah.
Jess just gave Clutch the biggest compliment ever. She
Yeah,
says, Clutch
I haven't got the chat
Clutch
up.
gives me the same energy as Jake Gyllenhaal.
Speaking of Jake Gyllenhaal, he was in Prisoners. Great movie.
Yo, that's a
really
huge
weird.
compliment, my man Jake.
I see
All right.
it.
Good looking dude. So I'll take it.
No, not all
Even though I'm
right.
giving up the energy, but I'll take the looks as well. Let's just shove that
Yeah,
one
yeah.
right in there.
It's a double hit
Absolutely.
right there.
My man
Going,
Jake.
going off what we're talking about, just in terms of Twitch community, I have a professor who's doing research right now on like online communities, and especially during COVID, and how there has typically been a lot of fake unity among online social media communities, And so I think it's really interesting to see a platform like Twitch where people do seem to be finding a lot of kind of more genuine community, right? You find people more accepting, you're chatting with people, growing bonds, growing relationships. A thing that you don't see that's on other social media platforms, like just, stuff like Instagram, Twitter, things like that. Why do you think that is? Do you think it's because it's more interactive? Do you think it's more, why do you think that? That's a big question. I'm sorry.
No, I've got it.
Great.
Don't worry, I'm very opinionated, so I could talk your ear off.
Oh, great. I love it.
First, what comes to mind is I don't know if they're making necessarily people are making content on those other social medias. So for a lot of people that you'll see in your Twitch communities are also people that are trying to grow their communities and their content. So I think when you're sitting there doing and grinding your own like craft, I think it means a lot to people when they like you reach out to them and they reciprocate that.
Yeah.
And that's why like me, for instance, it's like I just like everyone spent hours and hours and hours trying to perfect what they do, and it means so much to them when people like, even though people don't realize just writing something in chat, it takes 2 seconds, but that means so much to the person that's on the camera. And then like you get that feeling and you're like, oh, no matter what, I'm going to make sure that I'm going to do that for that person. And I think you can't fake that as much on other social medias because you don't have that interaction with like seeing the person. It's just text. But, and like obviously like there are exceptions because chat and stuff, but I'm just saying for the most part, a lot of people watching Twitch also stream on Twitch. So there's no hiding that, you know what I mean? Which is, I think is amazing.
The interesting thing, though, when it comes to...
That's a great answer.
Yeah, numbers and facts. Yeah, thanks for that. When it comes to, like, numbers and facts, I don't know if this is true, but I had looked something up where the ratio when it comes to viewer to streamer, it's like 27-1, which, like, versus, like, something like Mixer, it was about 3-1, which goes into probably why it, unfortunately, had to, crumble because of... I think there were so many people on it, but there weren't people watching. You know what I'm saying? Because I think... I personally like to watch Twitch every once in a while. I think there's a lot of people that probably will never ever stream, but they watch it. So it's crazy how many people you find that are streamers, but you'd be surprised that there's so many viewers on Twitch. You know what I mean? Like just like think about the bigger streamers that have thousands of people. That's thousands of people probably stream, but watch. I think that's
I think that's insane. I think that's what would you say? But like that's a demographic that is a very hard niche to get. Yeah. I would be surprised to see the statistics on my personal channel to see how many people are actual streamers. That's another ball game entirely. But of course, you're right, for sure.
Yeah. Well, continuing on, where would you see kind of what have been some of the challenges when we want to kind of talk about kind of the hard stuff when it comes to streaming? What has there been any challenges, or what really has kind of held you back, or do you feel like there's kind of challenges as you go in your streaming? Anything that you want to talk about and how you've kind of gotten through that? Yeah,
sure. Initially, I'd say the balance between that and just like my overall outside of streaming, like my life in general. I'm one of those people that try and fill up every single like second of my day doing something. It's kind of like it's a good thing, but it can also be so catastrophic. So when it came to streaming, I was one of the fortunate people that had like my friends and family were like on it straight away, like super supportive. That's cool. Which like is just like the luckiest thing ever, and I thank them for that. And it was hard to not kind of take that, run with it, and try and get obsessive. You know what I mean? So how I was saying is I try and get to everyone else's streams and try and show my support that way. And then it honestly gets to the point, which sounds dramatic, poor me, but it gets to the point where now if you have a great stream, you get a raid and you've got like 20 people or so, it's like that's 20 people you've got to divide yourself through. And it got to the point early on for me is I just couldn't, like saying thank you and saying I'll get back to you or I'll try and show you some love just wasn't enough. You can't spread yourself that thin. So I think early on for me it was like I work full time as well. So I'm not studying, I'm working. I'm in a really long relationship, serious relationship with my girlfriend. We both moved in together. And stuff like that. I've got friends outside of this, and Twitch is not something that they don't know what it was before I told them about it, kind of thing. Right. So it's like I've got to keep all that in my life, which is obviously extremely important, but then also find time that without it being like detrimental to that, if that makes sense.
Right. You want to invest in your community balance. That you have. Yeah.
Exactly. It's like I don't want to show disrespect to either parties, you know what I mean? And finding balance for that was probably the biggest challenge.
That rolls into in chat. CJ Woodland says, "How would you guys say you deal with burnout or getting overwhelmed?" So Clutch, let me throw that to you because I mean I see it all the time. I see it in myself sometimes. Other people just like they can get overcommitted and stuff like that. But
Yeah.
I don't know. What's your thoughts?
Yeah,
on that?
yeah. I like in typical me fashion when I do anything, same thing. I burnt out super early. You know what I mean? So it's like it's good for me now because I'm super chill. I'm kind of like immune to it now, which is nice. But yeah, when I started, same thing. I was just like, oh, this is great. You're looking at the analytics, which is probably your worst friend you can ever meet.
Right.
It's just like I'm just like, oh, I got like one less viewer, and what am I doing wrong? So then I had like on my own stream, even though I game, I had like heaps of segments as well. I had I tried to make my production 10 out of 10. I was making YouTube videos. So it got to the point where I was waking up super early to edit my YouTube content, make TikToks, make Instagram posts, build my Discord. And so I don't know how to deal with it. Take a step back and realize why were you doing it? Sure. I was talking to my girlfriend about this a couple of days ago, and we were laughing at the fact of the first person that popped into my chat, and I was playing Warzone with 3 of my other friends, and we were literally just lighting up with this guy. Random guy from America that just popped in, and we were just like, oh my god, like, oh hi, how are you? And like, oh, where are you from? And it was like starting thing out. And then it's like, so flash forward a couple of weeks later, a month later, and you've got 5 people in there, and you're like, why isn't it 6? Which sounds really arrogant to say out loud, and I'm aware of that. But you can't just naturally, humans, I feel as though are used to that. You're like, what did I do wrong? Or is this a problem? So I hit that early, which sounds like a wet blanket. But now, as I said, it doesn't matter if there's 1, 20, 1,000. I'm just happy doing my thing. You know what I mean? Which is great. I think you need to realize that.
Absolutely. No, that's a great answer.
Going off that, and you talked about this earlier. In your early start of your Twitch career, or even YouTube too, did you feel like there was pressure to kind of like conform to a certain like personality in order to be entertaining for people?
Oh my god, these answers are so good. I mean, these questions are so good.
Imposter syndrome,
we didn't
right?
write any of these are all on the spot.
It's imposter syndrome, right?
Yeah, literally. Yeah, so the thing, I was talking to Dave Diesel about this, and it's weird because a lot of streamers I've spoken to are actual, like, we're really introverted, and it's like silly to say. I don't know if you guys can relate as well, but it's like you put yourself in front of a camera, you're doing all these things, but deep down, I'm not one of those people that would want to make a thumbnail with all these big poses. I'm not making stories and Instagram posts about my life and what I'm doing. I'm a pretty closed book when it comes to my private life. So I think with content creation, and especially Twitch and influence and stuff like that, I think the reason people, I would just say, enjoy or love or literally are obsessed over their content is because it kind of gives them a feeling of like a friend or someone that they know really well. So for me, turning about burnout as well can relate to the two. It's like, where do you find that level of, I want to be successful in this. I'd love to go no ceiling, like just go as far as I can with this. But at the same time, I've got to keep some stuff left in the tank. I don't want to leave my whole life out there for the world to kind of judge. And if that makes sense, I don't know if that really answered your question very well.
Absolutely, it does. I think
it does.
I didn't want to conform to the YouTuber or the Twitch streamer. You know what I mean? I just kind of
you want to be yourself.
Yeah, even though you find things that work, which sucks. You do something that's not really you. You do something different, and it works. And you're like, oh shit, that tasted pretty good, but I don't want to do that again.
Imposter syndrome. I think I've struggled with that probably so incredibly much my entire, I guess, Twitch career. I feel like I've watched so many creators that are very successful, and I often copy what they do, how they do, and it's hard finding a balance of being yourself, but also, you know, bringing what makes them successful, because you want to copy what works, but you also want to make it your own. And it's hard finding that balance, but I think we're all trying to find that sweet line of being ourselves, but also doing what works for everybody. You know what I mean?
Absolutely. And I think it shows. The funniest thing about this is that people tell like that. Yeah. It's like you can have two people doing the same thing that know each other, everything. I could start a podcast tomorrow. No, I won't. But I'm just saying, you can do the same segments and stuff, but it shows so much when you're doing it because you want the success, or you're doing it because someone else did it, or because it's like, hey, you know, that's a great idea, and I would love to pursue my own ideas that way. You know what I mean? I love how people can read people like that. Do you know Shinwei? In my opinion.
I think it holds us accountable.
Yeah, we have some awesome questions here in the chat. We have one from Polaris right here. Let's see, dealing with long-term mental health. How have you managed dealing with your health when it comes to streaming? Do you still struggle to push yourself? And how have you balanced everything outside of your current struggles? I guess we kind of briefly talked about that. If you want to, get into more detail.
Hold on, I just want to read that because you lagged
Yeah.
out a little bit. So
Oh, sorry.
I'm going to read it a little bit.
Player
Hey, Player Ace, by the way, haven't spoken to you in ages, man. Have you managed with streaming? Sorry, guys, I literally didn't hear half that question.
Sorry,
Don't worry
it's
about
all
it,
good.
man.
Everybody, thank you so much, everybody, for being in. By the way, I just want to appreciate you guys for watching.
Yeah, so cool. Especially late night.
Yeah, I
stream,
know
baby.
it's a late
Yeah.
one, but
Yeah, is it late for you guys?
it's
It's
It's like
11 p.m. Yeah,
Oops.
we don't.
Yeah.
The ideal time for us.
yeah,
We don't want to go this time. Sorry, continue.
No, I was just gonna say, I think I did. I won't ramble on, but I think I did touch on that. Just, I think balancing outside life commitments and priorities is just like, it's just that's the biggest struggle for me. Like, I didn't really have a lot of issues. Like, people have their own problems and their own issues when they come to start doing this and they start their career in this. Mine was just straight away, like, how do I do this the best I possibly can? How do I make it turn into a career and all these ridiculous things?
Yeah.
In reality, I've got a great job. I'm pretty comfortable. This is just a hobby.
Yeah.
And I just got to keep it like that until, I don't know, one day.
Would
And
say
enjoy
that's- Would you say viewing it as a hobby is one of the biggest boundaries that you put for yourself on streaming? Or if not, what are some of the biggest boundaries that you place on streaming in order so it doesn't become something that has greater influence than it maybe should have?
It's interesting, and that's the balance I'm trying to say. You just phrased it way better. Exactly that. It's like, I don't want to. No, you just nailed it. It's like exactly what you said. It's not. I don't want it to be a boundary, but you almost have to put some fencing in place,
Absolutely.
or you'll go insane.
Absolutely.
So, exactly right. So, for me, as I said, I don't want to have a ceiling. If I have 50,000 subs in 10 years and I'm just kicking goals, God, yeah, I'll do this for a career. I love it.
Yeah.
But the reality is like, if my viewers start going down to zero, if I've got no support, no nothing and stuff like that, that's cool. Like, it's fine. I'll still have the friends I've made. I've still got my life, and that's the beauty of it in terms of I think what's dangerous coming from someone who has no right to put opinions in this, but I think coming into this expecting money or follows or support or whatever you want to take is dangerous, and I think it's going to make you enjoy it way less
Sure.
in the fun parts. Like, it's fun when you realize you don't have any problems. If I have no viewers or if I have 100 viewers or whatever, there's no problem with that. If you come into it with some expectation, I feel like it's, you know what I mean? It's setting yourself up for possible failure.
Yeah.
Absolutely. That perfectly segue into the next question on where do you see yourself taking kind of streaming content creation in your future? Like, you see it, where do you see we're going, continuing
Where
on?
are your own expectations?
Yeah.
Oh, it's interesting. I think just like everyone, it's like the dream job, I think, God, it's one of those things. I will do it for as long as I possibly can. You know what I mean?
Right.
Until life gets in the way, and it's like I have to start giving up hobbies. You know what I mean? If I get fortunate enough to turn it into a career, of course I would definitely do that. I think I've always been. I'm a weird person that I dip my toe in a lot of different ponds. So content creation and design and all these things, all these creative areas of my life, I currently haven't been able to exercise recently because, like, for instance, I've played musical instruments my whole life, and just because of my career, drums and percussion.
Let's go, baby.
Nice.
Fellow drummer over
That's so
here.
sick.
Oh my
How good. So I think that took a backseat, and I used to work as a graphic designer, and then I changed careers. So it's kind of like I've been really focused on my career and stuff like that these days, and then Twitch just fell into my life, which was just like all these things I love is all in one place. So to answer your question, I would love to do this for as long as I possibly can.
Do you mind if I ask what that career is that you're working on right now?
Yeah, of course. I'm an architectural drafts person, so I kind of draw houses.
So cool.
Yeah.
Insane.
So what do you like? What kind of buildings or structures are you designing?
So that's the thing. This is where it gets nitty gritty. I won't dive too much into it. So currently, I'm not designing anything. The designs are given to me, and I'll draw the plans up for the client to look at, if that makes sense.
Okay,
So I'll get told from the client what they want, if that makes sense.
Awesome.
Cool. So if like the client says like, "Oh, this is like a house," you're gonna be like, "All right, I'll draw it up."
Yeah, very similar. It's as I said, I won't go into it. I could talk forever, but more or less.
Yeah.
Cool.
The goal is to design one day, but that's what I'm saying is like I'm not designing at the moment, which is kind of like a guru because that's why I got into this industry. And yeah, but Twitch has been a great outlet for that,
So
Sweet.
I just want to highlight one thing you said just a little bit ago is when like you see Twitch streaming as a hobby, but that's not a ceiling for it. You know what I mean? Like the aspirations go beyond that. And I think that's something that is easily forgotten too.
Yeah.
If people are going all at it, like, oh, this is going to be a career, like that's awesome. Like I love the drive and everything there. But then there's also that like realistic side of like, okay, like I'm going to need, like there's other priorities in life, like real life priorities. Like you need to prioritize family or a job maybe, like, and stuff like that. And so I just really loved when you said that it's like a hobby without a ceiling. That was perfect.
Yeah, well, thank you, and I appreciate that. But I think that's kind of what I had to. I think I've got a good answer for that because I dealt with that so early on. Because it's weird because it is a hobby without a ceiling. But how much do you want it to be a career? How much do you want it? Like, it's not about the money or whatever. It's like waking up and you get to do the funnest job every single day of the week. Of course, that's brilliant. Right. So it's weird. It's kind of like you have to give yourself your own leash. You can't throw everything into it because, as I said, if it doesn't work out the way you want it to, you've lost everything, kind of thing.
Right. And
whereas right now, you've got nothing to lose.
Yeah, I agree. I think it goes back all the way just to like your own perception of your own goals and your own visions for yourself, and like whether you put in your mind, and like when you think of like who you are and what you're working towards, you're not like, oh, like I am going to be like a streamer. You're like, no, like I am, a boyfriend, and I'm an architectural designer.
I'm a student. I'm a whatever it is.
Yeah.
Right.
Yeah, exactly.
And so you build your life around that, and so streaming is something that like is a big part of like something you do, and you enjoy it, but that's a peripheral area.
Absolutely.
Exactly. And that's the thing too. It's like it doesn't, and that's why subs and stuff is another thing that just took me by surprise. It's like, geez, I was so focused on just getting people in the chat, and then you get a sub and you're like, this is the most insane thing ever.
Right.
Because as I said, I'm fortunate enough not to rely on that as an income, you know what I mean?
Yeah,
so it's like I appreciate it and I try and put it back into the stream for people, which I hope they've seen I've done. But it's an incredible platform. It's really quite interesting. Yeah.
That's the cool thing with the process, It's a whole process, and everybody understands that, because if you do want to take it to a career, it's going to take a long time, And so it's cool when we all understand that. So I think the supporting each other is like, no, we all understand, because it's easy to say, oh, there's a community on Twitch, but until you actually get into it and you're doing it for a little bit, then you're like, no, wow, this actually is a community of same-minded people,
Right. It's what makes this community unique.
Very
exactly. And as you said about the ceiling thing as well, is the fact that it is like a marathon, not a sprint, which sounds so typical, but it's like the small picture is, I had a stream where I played a different game. I didn't get the same amount of analytics as I usually do. But the bigger picture is, it's like, I've been doing this for 5 years and I've got a huge community that actually wait and sit there. Like, that's a human being, whether it's 1 or 10 or 20, that's a person waiting for you to turn your camera on, which is like, there's no word to describe that. So you got to just keep that into perspective,
Absolutely. That's great.
Well said. Well spoken.
Yes. Well, I think we'll go ahead and wrap up here in just a moment, but I'd like to honestly thank you very much for being our very first guest on the show.
Dude,
Clutch,
couldn't ask for a better.
It has been an absolute pleasure. If you guys want to check out Clutch,
I appreciate it.
Check out his YouTube channel. Here is his link. Awesome content. I'm sure he'll be continuing on, growing the channel and everything as well. But Clutch,
I appreciate it, guys.
Yeah, I'll go throw you a sub and a follow.
Yeah,
let's go.
Thank you, brother. No, guys, thanks so much for having me on. This is a great thing you're doing, and I appreciate being on number one. Ooh.
Yeah, absolutely. Looking forward to continuing on and seeing you again. All right.
Yeah.
Thank you very much, man.
All right.
Have a great day.
All right. See you, bro.
You too.
See you, Clutch.
Ciao.
Ciao.
All right, now we'll continue on back to our main screen. That was
so
absolutely amazing.
That was awesome.
Thank you guys.
So awesome.
Couldn't have gone better.
For enjoying
I don't think so either.
Absolutely not.
I'm speechless. Such a great time. Ladies and
Such
gentlemen,
a good time.
I want to throw out, if you would like to be on the show, feel free to check out our Discord. You can go ahead and hop into the Streamer Showcase channel under the Keeping the Flow category and chat up in there, and we'll put you down on the list to be on the show. We'd love to have everybody in the community on. We're going to be doing this once a week, and we'd love to talk to you, chat about live, Twitch, all kinds of things. You guys have anything else you'd like to say?
Before we wrap this up, Ryder, give us a quick, the most simplified version of what the Strictly Casual shows are right now. I want to clear up any confusion that might be happening in chat or in the community. We want the cookie cutter
Yeah.
The cookie cutter, the easiest way we can possibly describe it.
Well, first of all,
Yes.
everybody that watching, this is the official launch day, still today, where of the rebrand of Strictly Casual. It's now a bigger, much more expanded media company, and we have 3 original shows. We have a gaming podcast hosted by James and Vincent called Checkpoint. That's gonna be happening. Posted. It's gonna be live on Thursday on the official Strictly Casual YouTube channel, and posted Friday on YouTube.
On the Twitch channel.
On the Twitch channel. Sorry.
Twitch channel.
Yeah, correct me if I'm. So we have gaming podcast hosted by these 2 guys. Then we also have an exclusive show to YouTube hosted by myself and my buddy Luigi, he was in chat, which is a shorter show that kind of keep you current of pop culture and media, more news and headlines, kind of keeping you up to date on what's been happening in the past week. That's a separate show on YouTube. And then called Pulling the Focus. Yeah. So
there we go.
Thank you. Yeah, it's called Pulling Focus. So here we're premiering a brand new talk show that's going to be live, actually continuing on the Strictly Casual official Twitch channel. We just wanted to premiere here, but it's going to be called Keeping the Flow, and it's going to have original segments where we're just having a good time chatting it up here on Twitch with you guys, as well as having the community showcase where you can actually be on for a short portion, and we just chat up, ask a couple questions, and that's going to be more of a talk show with guests. Having a fun time.
We also
here
have
on
games
Twitch.
and like other things like that too. You know what I mean? We're gonna have segments where we're just hanging out. We did a tier list today. We'll have other segments.
It's a mixed bag.
Yeah,
it's a mixed bag. You
this
never know
show
what
is
you're gonna
more, more fun and kind of spur of the moment.
organic.
While the more YouTube shows like the podcast and Pulling the Focus are a little more to the script, a little more structured.
Yeah.
But looking forward to seeing you guys continuing on. Feel free to head to the Discord, and we'll chat up there. Hear all the updates for what we have. If you guys
also
would like to...
before we head out, I just dropped the Strictly Casual official Twitch channel in the chat. Just kidding, that link did not work.
That's okay. Next week we'll be premiering this. We'll be continuing the show on the Strictly Casual Twitch channel.
Yeah, so it's called Strictly Casual Official, and you can type that into the Twitch bar and follow the channel. That would be incredible.
Yeah, here's
technical difficulty always.
Yes.
That does not give the Twitch.
Sorry, yeah.
Wait, I got this.
I got this.
Are you kidding me? I'm gonna find it.
Go ahead and have this. Yeah, thank you guys so much for watching. Thank you for being here. Copycat, you rated us earlier. Thank you so much for that, dude.
Yeah,
appreciate
thanks,
that.
There it is. There's the link. You guys,
boom,
blow it up, please. It would be awesome.
Yeah.
Thank you so much.
The main goal.
You guys are the best. We're at 22 viewers right now.
Could not have had a better first
episode. Sick.
This is absolutely the main goal with all this Strictly Casual is to create
to blow up
a lot of high scale
content.
Our main goal is to create high quality content for you guys that's a lot more diverse, a lot different across all social media platforms: YouTube, Twitter, Instagram, here on Twitch, TikTok. We're doing everything. We just want to create lots of fun content because that's what we love to do. And we're looking forward to creating new episodes and seeing where the year takes us, and onto 2021 for new, bigger goals. But
Clokey puts only up from here, gentlemen.
Absolutely.
I don't know if that was referencing that this episode was bad, or that
no, I don't think
that's at all what it was saying.
No, it'd just be nice.
We could be optimistic. I thought this was a great episode.
I thought so too. Clutch, thank you again. Thank you again, brother. That was awesome.
Thank you so much.
Clutch, you're so cool.
Well, go ahead. You know what? We have 23 viewers, so I think each time we'll go ahead and raid every single person. Of course, we love the raids. If you guys don't mind sticking around, let's go ahead and find a lucky, awesome person to raid.
Are we ending this with like a screen, or are you just gonna fade it out?
I think in hindsight, listen, there's been a lot of work behind the scenes. We're doing graphic design. I have forgotten to make an end screen, but we can kind of. I don't want to run the intro because it's a little messed up.
It's okay.
But we'll just say thank you for now.
That's why we keep it strictly casual.
Absolutely. We'll see you live here on Twitch again next week, and on YouTube very soon with some more episodes of the podcast and more shows. Yeah,
guys, I'm so excited.
Okay, let's get
also check out YouTube for past shows.
Yeah. Let's see if you guys in the doc, I guess. Who do you guys think in the chat? Who do you guys think we should rate? Oh, Viper Carter, welcome in, dude. Thanks for hopping in, man. Copycat, do it live. Yep, absolutely.
24-hour stream.
Oh, that'd be insane. I would so love to get a 24-hour stream on the Strictly Casual channel.
I would love to raid Cheesy.
You want to raid Cheesy? Absolutely. Cool.
We have
Cheesy has been super supportive to Strictly Casual. Okay. Also, just like.
Let's see, how do you spell
I
his
think
name?
It'd be awesome.
If you want to chat, so I can what? If you can come over, James. That killed me. Oh my gosh. I don't know. I'll have to watch that back on the VOD.
I put it in chat. You can just be /raid.
All right, guys. Thank you so much for watching. We'll see you very soon. We appreciate all the support. It's been insane on all the social media. This has been launch day. This has been the actual launch day. This is it.
Woo!
Oh, thank
It
you
is
guys.
actual launch day. You guys, when we raid, let me get Strictly Casual raid in chat, okay?
Strictly
Because
Casual
we're raiding
raid.
from
Strictly
Mr.
Casual raid,
Alderwood's
please.
channel, but Strictly Cat. This is the whole group.
Yeah.
This is the whole gang, okay?
Clutch,
Yes.
thank you so much, buddy, for being on. It was a pleasure, man.
You
Right.
guys are
Good boy.
awesome.
Here we go,
What a
guys.
fun ass episode. I love
Get
you
this
all.
going.
Fun ass episode.
Have a great night, great day, and we'll see you soon.
26 of you. Let's freaking go, baby.
Thank
I
you,
love
guys.
you all so much. That was awesome.
Spam the
all right.
emote, spam the love. Here we go.
Emote spam, baby. Let's go.
Bye, guys.